Hi, I'm Dr Rupert Suckling. I'm the Director of Public Health here in Doncaster. Following the Prime Minister's announcement around the new roadmap earlier in the week, we've been doing a lot of work on how we can make sure we are in the best possible place locally to enjoy the relaxations on restrictions as and when they come. In Doncaster, our cases are still high and we haven't seen the same drop in infection rates that other parts of the country currently have. In fact, over the last 2 weeks, our rates did increase to over 200 per 100,000. Although we can explain this increase due to ongoing issues in some prison populations, even if we take the prisons out of the figures, our cases are still pretty static. In fact, for the period the 13th to the 19th of February, our case rates are 189.2 per 100,000 and the positivity rate 7.6%. This is obviously still concerning, and also of concern is the impact that these rates will have on the NHS. Although the roadmap is looking at a national approach, it does mention that if regional disparities are seen, and then some areas may have to take a different path. I'm determined to make sure that Doncaster is not left behind in the reopening of our society. But in order to do that, we have to do a lot of work collectively to get the rates down over the coming weeks and to minimise the impact on the NHS. As we said last week, we are seeing the majority of our cases in working age adults, a lot of which can be traced back to workplaces where social distancing can be very difficult. I've written to all businesses across Doncaster today to discuss this issue and how we can work together to potentially address it. One thing I've encouraged businesses to do is to work with their staff to set up ways of conducting regular asymptomatic testing to try and break the chains of infection by identifying those with the virus who aren't displaying symptoms. I would like to ask you to support this initiative by taking the tests on offer if you do work in an industry where you still have to go out to work and socially distancing can be difficult. I would also like to ask you to think about if you're currently taking unnecessary risks. I know you've been asked to live under restrictions for almost a year now, and it's becoming more and more difficult, and I'm thankful for all you have sacrificed up to this point. However, we do need one last big push if we want to reach June the 21st in a position where we can have all restrictions lifted. If you currently are taking any unnecessary risks, such as car sharing with colleagues to work, may I ask that you don't and you find other alternatives if you can. These next few weeks are probably the most important that we've had locally during the pandemic. Everything we are doing now does make a difference, so please try not to become complacent about things such as socially distancing in the supermarkets. Do keep your space and wear face coverings, as if we all do these little things, we will get big results. I truly believe if we all work together, we can get our rates down ahead of the next review date around the 29th of March. This is the time we really do need to do it all for Doncaster. Thank you.